Guys, I just saw the most unbelievable video on the internet about the assassination attempt. It's basically a video of the bystanders that were seeing the guy crawling on the roof, yelling to the Secret Service and to the law enforcement officials that he's up there, we can see him crawling, we can see the gun. And then the response for the Secret Service agents was to move everyone else in the vicinity except Trump. I couldn't believe this, guys. Watch this.
Look,
they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Right there, see him? He's laying down. You see him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And still I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a Senate
What's happening?
and to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
And it's
There he
not
is.
easy, because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people, criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here. And it's much tougher than if it happened. We have the strongest border ever. In recorded history, we had the best border. In fact, if they could ever put up a chart, I don't know if they can do it. Do you guys have access to that chart that I love so much? You don't mind if I go off teleprompter, do you? Because these teleprompters are so damn boring, I try and explain that. Oh, there's it. Wow. You guys are doing it. They're getting better with time. My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow on the bottom. See the big red arrow?
It's about to happen.
So that's when I left office. That was the lowest point, and that comes right from the government services, comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest.
Watch this, guys. Right before the shooting, watch what happens. Instead of moving Trump, now that they know that there's somebody on the roof with a gun aiming at Trump's head, so what do the Secret Service try to do? Watch.
Recorded history into our country.
Instead of immediately stopping Trump, watch what they do.
And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people.
Look, the Secret Service starts to move everyone in the vicinity, but not Trump.
And you know, that's a little bit old.
Starts to tell him to get out.
It's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that says,
This is an insane failure. I've never seen anything like this before. People keep saying that this assassination attempt was not successful. 100% successful assassination attempt. You're lucky that he turned his head to go look at the chart. You are lucky this guy was gone and they set him up in a way that he was 100% gone. So Secret Service knew there was a threat on the roof. The snipers are looking directly in the scope into the direction of the vicinity of the shooter, and actually were able to shoot him within seconds of the first shot. And all the Secret Service decided to do was move everyone out of the way. Not Trump. Trump was the last one that they moved out of the way. So when they realized that there's a threat, what's the first thing they start to do, instead of immediately cancel Trump's speech and get him off of the stage, was to get other people off of the stage. I couldn't believe it, guys. I could not believe it. Now, I do want to show you guys one more thing here. Jonathan Willis, apparently he's the sniper that assassinated the assassin. He's the sniper that killed the assassin. And look what I have here, guys. I don't know if this is true. I haven't confirmed this yet, but look what this is showing you. A lot of proof that the Secret Service not only failed gloriously at their job, they did it intentionally. They failed on intention, and it's coming from the top. I'm not saying if this is a Democrat or Republican order. All I'm saying is we need to look into this. My name is Jonathan Willeth. I'm the officer of the famous photo of the two snipers on the roof of Trump's rally. I came here to inform the public that I had the assassin in my sights for at least 3 minutes. But the head of the Secret Service refused to give the order to take out the perp. 100% the top brass prevented me from killing the assassin before he took the shots at the President Trump. The shooter opened on Trump. I returned fire despite strict orders to not engage. I had eyes on the shooter and his rifle and adjust the scope. And I saw him adjust the scope. It was obvious he was a shooter, yet I wasn't allowed to shoot. I was questioned by the FBI and just released an hour ago. I already lost my job for not following orders, but I'm glad I did what I had to do. Look at that! So not only is there evidence from the video that we just saw that law enforcement knew about it, not only do we have evidence that Secret Service agents knew about it and started moving everyone out of the crowd, out of the vicinity. Not Trump, he was the last person to be removed for some reason. But everyone else they pushed out of the way when they heard that there's somebody on the roof. And now we also know that the guy on top, now this is not confirmed, obviously it's a 4chan post. But this is, it seems to be a reliable source. This person seems to be a reliable person who actually pushed this source through. And if this is true that the actual sniper had the assassin in his scope, which makes sense because the snipers were looking at the vicinity of the assassin at the time of the shooting, and the assassin was killed by one of the snipers, and he was killed immediately after the first couple of shots was hit. So that means they already knew where he was, they were looking at him. They didn't have to search for him. He was already in the scope, basically. They just heard a couple of shots and fired right back. And it makes sense why they waited so long to fire at him, knowing that he's in the top of the roof. That if this is true, this makes a lot of sense, guys, because this is telling us why they let him sit on top of the roof. This makes so much sense now, why he was sitting on top of the roof for so long, even though the snipers were looking at him. And why he was able to shoot the first shots is because the snipers weren't allowed to shoot first. The snipers weren't allowed. And even when they did kill the shooter, they killed it against the orders. So they weren't even supposed to kill that shooter yet. So this is absolutely damning if true. And makes sense why I lost my Twitch channel yesterday, guys. This is the exact story we were covering yesterday with a little bit of the unhingedness of Destiny's tweets. And we got completely banned yesterday from Twitch for 14 days and demonetized from Twitch. And yeah, I don't know, man. I'm interested in your opinions, guys. What do you think about this? If this is true, if this is the fact of the matter from the video that we just saw, that everyone knew, including the Secret Service, that there was somebody on the roof. Then we see the Secret Service moving everyone. Then we now we see that snipers wait for the shooter to shoot. Then they kill him. And this all now lines up to a Secret Service failure that was on purpose, which makes it so much harder to listen to Joe Biden's speech post-assassination. That weak little speech that he did is so disgusting now, knowing about all these facts of the matter. We already covered that speech. Go ahead and check it out on the channel. Appreciate y'all, and we'll see you.